Royals, welcome back to Melanin Madam. Today we are going to be talking about why you may not be getting exactly what you want in the bedroom. Specifically, she is a freak, just not with you. So stay tuned to hear what I have to say. Get your drinks ready. This is going to be a good one. Okay, I'm back, and I will specifically be talking about Aquarius women because I am an Aquarius, a January Aquarius to be specific. We're generally not the same. Aquarius in January and February, kind of not the same. Some of y'all got some February Pisces energy that don't really mix with. Anyway, let's get started. I am, in this session, going to be doing my makeup. So I want to play in my makeup while I'm conditioning my hair. Took my hair out and I'm conditioning it. Take care of your natural hair, ladies. Okay, so let's see. The first, and I actually looked something up. I'm just saying because I wanted to know. Here's the thing. My biggest question is that I really, really want to know is like, what makes men think that women are not just as spontaneous, are not just as much lovers of sex and trying different things and all that kind of different stuff. And I don't even mean like, let's just keep it 100. All this stuff with the different things that people do and all these different titles of types of relationships and all that other shit that's being started. Look, it's probably been around forever. We generally wrapped it in a bow called cheating, or being out there just doing what you do. But I don't particularly think that all of these different types of relationships, that's not a relationship. That's a single ship. Just stay single and live your best life. And I have an invader on my face. I don't need anybody in the comments to tell me. Okay, thank you. Those are not relationships. Relationships should be, I don't know, it's the way I was raised. In my opinion, I think that a relationship should be between one man and one woman. You can be mad at me for thinking that. You can whatever me. Just don't at me and don't be in my comments being disrespectful. If you have a different point of view, knock yourself out. But let's just keep it 100. So the main reason that things could quite possibly not be going the way that you technically want them to go in the bedroom, and this is for my men. Ladies, if you have anything that you would like to add, make sure you chime in the comments on whatever platform that you are looking at this on. So here's the main reason. You ready? The main reason is you're not worthy of what you're asking. Sorry, guys, you're not. So the same way that you feel like a woman shouldn't ask you to pay her bills or take her to a particular type of restaurant on a first date or while you're trying to get to know each other, is the same way that women feel you shouldn't be asking for things sexually that you haven't put in the effort for. And let me just be clear what I mean about effort. I don't mean effort like you have to buy it or that it comes with the price tag. No, it actually doesn't come with the price tag. Rewind. It comes with a price tag. It's called things like stability, consistency, compatibility, things like that. So there are, of course, there are women that, you know, they have an appetite and they don't care how that appetite gets fed. By all means, knock yourself out. This is what I mean by is somebody out there for everything. So if your primary goal is to get one off, then knock yourself out. That's exactly what you can do. You can just get with somebody that doesn't really have a goal of building. What I am talking about when I speak about the relationships where, hold on, the relationships where there are complaints of, you know, she doesn't do enough of this or enough of that. In those particular relationships, you're not doing everything that you think that you might be doing to warrant that from her, right? So women generally, and nothing that I say is in stone, nothing that I say is the only answer. These are just answers that based on one, research and different conversations that I have had and different experiences that I've also had. That's where these things are coming from. But there's no one right answer or nothing like that. I'm not pretending to be some type of guru, because I'm not. But what I can tell you is that if you want to start getting more out of your relationship romantically, you might want to start listening to women that align with the type of women that you're dating, right? And the type of woman that you want to move forward with. While we're talking about the asking for what you haven't put in for yet, right? If you are trying to date somebody who is interested in a monogamous relationship, aspires to be married, and I don't mean putting pressure on you, aspires to be married, and has a more traditional background, then you reaching out to your homegirl that sells sex toys, everything on her page is about sex. She's more in tune, well, what y'all like to call in tune with what she wants. We all know what we want. We not gonna give you a map. That's y'all problem too. Y'all think y'all supposed to get a whole map, and a woman is just supposed to literally tell you everything that she wants sexually so you can match the energy. No, if we vibe, we vibe. Let's just be honest. Too many of y'all lie, number one. And so a lot of people, and even me when I was dating, I got smart. Hell, I started identifying that men was really sitting there taking inventory, so to speak, and it wasn't in their will or their plan to do those particular type of things. I gave them that roadmap and I told them what I wanted. And in me telling them what I wanted, they all of a sudden, oh my God, I want that too. Y'all some sneaky little somethings, aren't you? Yes, you are. But guess what? The more a woman goes through something, and sometimes I was squeezing this. The more a woman goes through something, she begins to identify behaviors, repetition, so that she does not keep getting in the same situations over and over again. I mean, who wants to do that, right? So the older you get, the requirements to just, jump in bed with somebody, if you aspire to build a relationship, is different. Your mindset as it relates to what you will do in a relationship sexually, there may be some limitations. Are those limitations fun for us? They're not fun for us either, because let's just keep it 100. If those same type of women, like the woman that I just described, is looking to build a future with somebody, she didn't desire to go through partner after partner after partner and rebuild and rebuild and rebuild. She just didn't. And so if you're dating that type of person, or you chose to marry that type of person, then know what you are asking for, okay? Know what you're asking for, because some of you are asking for things that don't exist. Again, you're asking for something that you haven't exactly worked for. Every woman that I particularly know wants to try different things. You want to enjoy every part of your partner's body. You want to enjoy every part of your body. You want to do all of these things. So when you're in the place where you're looking for a relationship or just dating, having those barriers is not fun. It's not, because you, again, want to do things too. And so each time you have to start over with somebody, that's not cool. So as you begin to go through different relationships and identify that you kind of invested yourself in that, you took, you know, an extra step, you did something different in that relationship, you added something to your list, you start to get a little bit frustrated. I'm just going to keep it honest. You start getting frustrated because you're wondering what you will have left for your husband, because you want to give your husband something new and different too. You want to be able to offer him something that nobody else has had. And so you really want to have those experiences with the one person that you want to be with. And when you start to, you know, get up in age, you're like, okay, is this going to happen or is it not? And some women are like, I don't think this shit is going to happen. I'm tired of waiting. You know, I want to live my best life too. So then you go out there and you just start doing all of these different things, because at this point you like, hell, if I keep waiting to do certain things that I really want to try, I'm going to be waiting forever. Is this even in my future? Then you have those ones, you know, that kind of steadfast and really do hold on to that particular list of things. So when you are asking your partner, girlfriend, and I don't mean, hell, sometimes even your wife, when you're asking her to do different things, have you put in the work for that? Okay? Because yes, she wants to do it too, but the part that is different for most men and women is that for men, the act is just the act, right? Because that's what y'all tell us when y'all be cheating. Y'all be like, it didn't mean nothing. It was just this. So don't try to say something different now. I will be watching the comments. If it's not anything to you, it is to us. There is experiences. It's wanting to enjoy something with someone and have that as something for just you and that person, right? So if you keep doing everything with everybody, you're not going to have anything left that is like on the, let's just say that's on the big list, right? So we have those things that are on the big list, because let's just be honest, that list of things that you can do, it's a big list. It probably won't ever end. There's always something new to try, different place, different things like that. Okay. So now go back to my notes. The second one, what you're asking for, even if she is apprehensive, what are you doing to make her not be apprehensive? Are you making her comfortable? Does she feel like if she does this particular thing, that because of the way maybe she saw you do an ex, talk about an ex, be with other people, the people that you around, the music that you listen to, does she feel like you won't respect her? Does she feel like that? Because a lot of y'all, and I could say a lot because it's the music that we, you know, some of us have listened to, and some of us don't necessarily pay attention to the lyrics the way that we should. It's it's just a song. But if somebody is thinking about sharing their most intimate moments with you and their body with you, a lot of things is running through a woman's head, because the act is mental for a woman and physical for a male, right? Right? You know I'm right. So since I'm right, are you making sure that she is comfortable and confident with you, knowing that when she does these things, it's not something that will be used against her later, married or just dating, right? Because you have to be able to trust somebody with some of these things that you do. Does she Do you let her know, and does she feel like you're her safe place? If a woman doesn't feel like you're her safe place, she's going to be apprehensive in what she does if she cares about you. Now, women too can do the act, and I have to keep saying that because I don't want YouTube to flag this video. Women also can do the act without any emotional attachment. Just to be clear, y'all not the only ones. But when we're talking about exploring different things, trying different things, putting some effort into what is being done, you need to make her feel comfortable and confident and trusting you, right? Because if this is somebody that you choose to have a relationship with, or is your spouse, that is important. Just because you're her spouse doesn't mean she's completely comfortable with you, because let's just be honest, in every marriage ain't what it says on paper. Some of them, well, all of them, there's reality. Is reality, right? So there's some things that occur in marriage, which is what should be your safe haven and your safe space, and it makes the beauty of what should be marriage, in that it is comfortable and that it's safe and things like that. It takes that piece away, and so you may have to work on building that relationship, right? And you need to work on your communication. If you can't appropriately communicate with your partner, why should your partner feel comfortable with you at all? What have you invested other than, I want to do it right now, let's do it, and you're my girl, so you should do it? That ain't gonna work. It's just not, because it is mental for a woman. She just doesn't, she's not a robot. You know, unfortunately, you guys are like, you males are like little robots, thus, you know, you being able to have different experiences and not really exactly care about all the moving pieces that go along with, this is 338. Let's see if it works. That go along with doing and trying different experiences, right? That is really important. And in the age of technology right now, another reason why that's really important is because how do I know, or how does she know you don't have a camera set up somewhere? You see why trust is really, it actually is a big deal as it relates to doing things like that. If you are not making her feel comfortable, that is a huge part of the problem. Work on that, Playboy. Get it together. Make sure that you have those open discussions about what is safe and what's not safe. Like, you can't take somebody from, or expect that this will happen. If it happens, it's a go. Enjoy yourself, because baby, let me tell you. But it's not fair to expect someone to go from 0 to 60. Maybe they need to warm up and build that trust, in that, you know, you do some things and then they see, oh, it's not, you know, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not what the movies was. It's not what that rapper said it was going to be. Because let's just face it, some of these lyrics are so damn disrespectful that it would make somebody second guess doing some of the things that people just normally do. They really are actually normal, but some little kid, some little dumb rapper, or some little dumb boy or girl trying to get social media likes has turned it into a song, or call themselves exposing somebody for doing something, and then they run back and tell all their business. And so their only, you know, example or introduction to certain things is very disrespectful. And so you need to take your time also and build up to certain things. And hell, it might really be you just being able to make her feel comfortable and see what you're about. And then the next time, you might need to call the paramedics to save you, because she might, I'm just telling you, women, is a lot of bottled up stuff, because I'm trying to tell you, we want it too. The same things that y'all want, generally, we want as well. And I say generally because y'all some nasty ass people. I done seen some stuff that's like, okay, I mean, if that's what you gonna, all right. So that's where that goes. I just cannot. It's too much. And in those instances, you know, you need to be respectful too. But yes, that would be my next one. Making sure that your partner feels comfortable. If she does not feel comfortable, if you rush her, if you don't take your time, if you don't bring it up in the right way, you kind of just set yourself back. You kind of killed the dream, buddy. You did. Because if you don't say it in the right way or present it in the right way, there's going to be some apprehension there, especially if they already have the apprehension there. You're just adding to it and validating how they feel. So trust is the next one. The next one after trust for me would be, hold on. The next one for trust, after trust, for me would be, are you dating her? Are you dating her? Because remember, it's the men are mentally stimulated or visually stimulated. Women is mental, right? So you want to make her feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And warm and fuzzy, I don't mean a teddy bear and some flowers. Warm and fuzzy might actually be bringing her in the house and throwing her on the bed, smacking her on the ass. It might be public affection, starting in the car before you get home. It's more touchy-feely. It's the connection type of feeling that women are looking for. Because just like you guys, men like for women to wear lingerie, do a performance, because it's visual, right? You want something from your partner that the rest of the world doesn't see, right? So you want the experience. That's what you're looking for. And in that, let's just keep it 100. Like, we don't want to see you just take off your clothes and jump in bed and you didn't expect us to put on, get our hair done, makeup done. And I don't mean expect all the time, but I mean, you know, like sometimes you guys do. You want it to be where we have our hair done, a nice outfit, a little bit of role playing, those heels that we praying to Jesus that you'll hurry up and take off our feet, like things like that, right? So girls put a lot of time and effort into what they do, and money, you know? So you're complaining, you know, I've been hearing some people, some males complain about women feeling like, why do you need to be taken out on a date first? Why do you feel like I need this lingerie? Why do you feel like you want me to get that wax? All that stuff costs money too. That's not free. So there's money being spent on both ends. So let's lay that to rest and grow up. How about that? But back to, I digress, what I was saying. She wants the experience too. She wants to be turned on as well. And so one of the things that I like robes. I really like robes. I don't know why the whole Hugh Hefner like boss thing, that's a big deal to me. And don't throw on some slippers. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, that for me, I like it. I like it. So we have things that we want to be enticed for too. Maybe dance with her and cut on music, but do something to invest into the experience for her as well. Because simply laying a pipe, that doesn't necessarily mean good, that if that's not what you're actually looking for. And let's just keep it 100. Some of y'all are not good, but she has figured out how to do it on her own, and it's the same way in reverse. You know, sometimes it ain't a hit every time. It's not. And so what we do want to do is start taking more time for each other and creating more experiences too. And for couples that have been together a while, I think that it's really important, because it's already established that you know, your partner can please you. That is already established. Otherwise, you wouldn't be with them as a partner. But are you putting the extra effort and time into what you're doing? Do you value them? Everybody wants to be valued. So just like you might come home one night and she has on a new something or nothing at all. Those are the things that I just think women put more effort into it, and men don't put a lot of effort into it, and then they wonder why they're not getting the return that they want. You're not getting the return that you want because you're not making the deposit that we want. How about that? How about that? Okay? That matters. It really does. For women, a woman would rather go without than to feel like she's not being heard. And ladies, a man he'll cheat if he feels like he's not being heard. I will say in both instances, it's not okay. Communication is a huge piece of this. And if you old enough and grown up enough and walking around like you some damn sex therapist and you the end all be all know everything, you can't mean to tell me that you don't know how to talk and communicate and try some different things. She always calling while I'm recording. That you don't try some different things and that are what the other person wants. If you are not catering to her, Mr. Fella, don't expect her to cater to you, and don't expect her to be going out of her way and even have the thought that she wants to try something new. And before you say it, what she won't do, somebody else will. What you won't build, somebody else will. Okay? So build, invest in your relationship and the person that you're with. Stop adding to your count when you can simply do what you need to do in your own relationship and it will work. You want to keep expanding what you're doing in your relationship. Stop getting comfortable and, feeling cocky about what you're doing. And then you feel like you don't need to do nothing else because you mandingo or something. There's somebody out there that's better than you too. The point is that you're supposed to grow together and try different things together, right? So that would be number 3. And my last one, I know I just had that palette. What did I do with it? The next one would be to actually listen to what she's telling you that she wants. The worst thing I can say, the worst thing that I've ever experienced in a relationship is feeling like I wasn't being heard. So I was consistently hearing about what he wanted, and I was consistently feeling like I was trying to give what he wanted throughout the relationship, period. That when it came down to me saying what I wanted, I don't feel like I was being heard. And that began to get really frustrating. And with it getting frustrating, again, the act for women, it absolutely has everything to do with being comfortable, with feeling safe, with feeling appreciated, things like that. That's what comes with you being able to get extra things out of her, right? So take that extra time to start to, if you're not already, paying attention to your partner. When you begin to get frustrated or you feel like you're not being heard, sit down and have a conversation. And, you know, maybe ask, is it a reason why, you know, I'm not being heard? Because it's generally you're not being heard because she's cut you off, and she's cut you off because she doesn't feel like she was being heard. Both, you know, are somebody at some point gonna have to say something, but I feel like both is very immature, but that's the safe space for what women do, which is cut off, and then men, they unfortunately cheat. But if we want to get to a place where we are actually getting what we want from our partners, because I'm trying to tell you, your girl is a freak. She is. She a freak, and you not getting the benefits of what y'all could be doing because you're not listening. You're not listening, or you're not doing the work, and you just expecting it to happen because she's your girl. That's her body. She don't owe you her body. The only time that a woman owes you her body is if you guys are married. If you're married, you're not supposed to do the cutting off thing, and you're supposed to, you know, be there for your spouse, both male and female, both man and woman. And just to be clear, while we're right here, men, just so you know, that includes when you step out. When you step out, you gave something of hers away. And so you technically have put that in the relationship and caused a barrier because you went against your marriage, and now you've given something away that didn't even all the way belong to you anymore. So you need to be willing to take that ownership as well over what has occurred, and be ready to put in the work to make it happen. The same way that, you know, some people feel like, well, it's easier just to start over. It's easier just to start over because I can't get what I want out of this person, and I know that the next person will give it to me, because now I could take what I've learned here, and then I can also listen to the roadmap this other woman is about to give me, and all of a sudden I'm gonna be, you know, knight in shining armor, best thing ever. But that's not exactly the way it works. Number one, God is not gonna let it work that way, because, you know, you're not staying true to your partner. And number two, if you actually took the time to marry someone or get into a committed relationship with someone, you already invested so much time and done so much work. Why would you just waste it? And how many first loves and true loves do you think God is going to give you? Ain't no such thing. Work on your relationship and listen to your partner. I'm trying to tell you, the girl is a freak. I'm trying to tell you, these are the conversations that we have. She a freak. She just not a freak for you because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not listening to her. You're not taking your time. You're not caring about what she wants. Like you think that she's supposed to just care about everything that you want. Are you being respectful and creating a space where there is trust and love there? Because she needs her emotions fed. She needs that fantasy and that dream and that fairy tale to be sold to her. Now, what that fairy tale looks like, I'm not talking about Cinderella, baby. I'm talking about Remy and Papoose. I'm talking about the neighborhood tight-ass couple that's been married forever, and every time you see them together, they got on matching Adidas sweatsuits and he's smacking her on the ass. That's the fairy tale I'm talking about. That's what she wants. She wants to feel, damn, like, can you make her feel something other than irritated? And do you take the time to make sure that the pressure that's on her in the day-to-day life, you know, we consistently hear about, especially in my community, you know, what the Black man has to deal with out there in the world. Well, the Black woman does too. And not only in the home, she is the home maker, she also is out there working. So are you creating a space that when she gets off of work too, that she can think about doing a Blackfoot, Melanin, and the splits? Or is she exhausted and can't function because she just did everything by herself while you sat there and waited for her to be done? Which one is it? Sometimes you got to create a whole mood, baby, and creating a whole mood is doing the dishes while she helping the kids with their homework so y'all can hurry up and get where y'all need to go. Got to get these kids together and make sure they have a damn bedtime and get them out of your damn face. Have some structure. Are you helping her around the house so that she can get to what she likes to? Are you buying things and bringing it home? Are you bringing the stuff home? Or are you just expecting her to do everything, know everything, and make sure that you're taken care of? What investment are you really, really, really putting into your relationship? What investment are you putting into it? Because in order for it to work, there has to be a give and take. It does. It's not just all about you, and it's not just all about her. But I can tell you one thing. She wants the same thing that you want. She does. You guys are just not in the same headspace on how to get there. And you're not listening. You're not listening, and you would sometimes rather go and do other things that are easy. But I'm telling you, baby, when you make that investment and give your time to her, it will be all type of fireworks that go off. I'm trying to tell you, it's an investment, honey. It's an investment, and you have to continue to put time and effort into your partner. You have to make sure that you are communicating, because as we get older, grow, make more money, all of those things, your appetite changes because you have a different type of appetite. Like, you know, when you was working in high school and quite possibly doing things in high school, you wasn't thinking about how one day you would be hanging off a balcony in Dubai. But now you're booking a whole trip. I'm just saying, things change. It is normal for it to change. Nothing is going to stay the same. That's why communication is so important too. So while you're out here, just really out here in these streets, listening to these rappers and singing these lyrics, thinking that you simply top flight, you might be a little bit, but you need to put more effort into what you're doing in the bedroom. I don't want to see your ashy elbows, you know? Maybe put on some lotion, maybe smell good, put on some cologne. You got to entice her too. You do. If you don't entice her, what's supposed to be her excitement? I'll ask you that as I close out. If you don't do anything for her, what is supposed to be her excitement? Just the act? That's it? Please tell me that's not supposed to be her excitement. I'm going to hope that that's not the answer. I can't wait to hear what people say the answer is. Because she needs some excitement too. She needs a reason to want to do some things. It don't just cut on for a woman. It doesn't. Not all the time. Sometimes, because our bodies are wired to reproduce and stuff, sometimes there are those particular times within the month where your body is telling you to do things. But if you want some quality out of it, and you want a whole freak, because that's what we're talking about, where her imagination starts to look like Jumanji, then you might want to put in some work, sir. You might want to sit down and have a conversation. More conversations need to be had, because everybody needs to know what their partner likes. If some things have changed, and it don't need to be no damn formal conversation. It could be a random, thing that you throw out. Be careful with that random thing. I'm not trying to set y'all up, because y'all know if y'all get too random, she'll be like, so who is she? Yeah, so don't get too random. Make it make sense. Like, don't walk in the door and say it. Maybe, after you watching a video or something like that, say it. But say it at the right time. Say it at a sexy time, like it's an idea, and then go for it. But yeah, put more time into what you're doing, more communication. Make sure that her mind is able to be clear and think about pleasing you, which is also pleasing herself a little bit more. So the act is not just about pleasing you. That's why I'm saying you can't possibly think that she doesn't want to do certain things, when the reality is the act is something that you're both enjoying, but she wants to be able to enjoy it too and be comfortable with the different things that she's trying and being able to trust you. So, set the mood, get some stuff done, understand that quite possibly if you still staying at home with your mama, things won't exactly look the same. You might want to get a hotel room. You might want to try some different things. But really listen to what your partner is saying. Really think about the things that would make your partner relaxed and healthy. And I don't mean don't you slip them nothing. Don't you do it. That is a no. I mean, think about, the things that normal couples would do to make sure that each other is comfortable. Ask her to send you a list of her fantasies. Ask her to send you something like that. Like, I think that would be cute. I'm gonna end with this one. I think this would be a really good idea. Oh my gosh, I just amaze myself sometimes. I do. Because if you want to know somebody that's solution based, I'm your girl. I am. I don't like to complain. I like to come up with solutions. Okay, so look, what if you and your girl had a date night, but this date night, you know how we do vision boards with our homegirls? What if you went and got some magazines and some stuff to do a vision board, right? But the magazines that you get are like health magazines, sex magazines, different pictures, like stuff like that. And you guys make a sex vision board. I think that would be so dope, of different things that you want to try. Oh my gosh, I think that would be so dope, because there's so many things that we don't even know about that. Like I said, I think that this is an endless possibility, which is why I really don't understand why people cheat, because it's so much to do with your partner that, hell, if you spend your time doing those things with your partner, you won't even have time. Nothing should get old, because there's too many new things to do. Just nobody knows all of them. And one partner might know something and the other partner doesn't. And then you feel like because this partner hasn't done X, Y, and Z, that they just, you just can't even fucking function. But that doesn't make any sense. But the vision board, I think that would be a cute date night. I think it's therapeutic. And I think that it's a great way to communicate and remove the barrier of being, like it being an uncomfortable conversation. Because not everybody is as comfortable talking about those type of things. I know that as a woman, I'm not necessarily comfortable bringing those things up to a man, because I never wanted any of the people that I dated or anything. I didn't bring up things that were like manly. And what I mean by that is like, if it's something I felt like would hurt your ego, I tried not to have those type of conversations. And for me, I would think that if you bring something up like that, like, oh, I want to try this, or oh, I want to try that, because male egos are so big and they take I feel like a lot of things are taken out of context as it relates to that. I always felt like, oh my gosh, if I do that, it's going to turn into something else. Like, oh, I wasn't good enough. Oh, this, oh, that. But I think that that's a really good idea. Oh, I like this copper. A really good idea for a date night and a sex therapy exercise and a couples therapy exercise, and just to really see where you are in your relationship and to gain some ideas on different things to do. Oh my gosh, I think that's a good one. And I want to try it just because I think it's really good. I think that's a good one. And then, you know, you sit down, you have a little cocktail, you talking about it while you're doing it. Here's the thing though. Here's what I think. How far are you really going to be able to make it through it before? I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you out. How far are you going to make it through? What you think? Okay, don't tell me. Okay, inbox me. I do want to know. If you do it, tell me. I want to know how far you made it through the date exercise before you threw that board somewhere. And yeah, it might be like a series of dates that you need to have to complete the whole board. But if you throw the board and it goes down before you finish the board, then guess what that tells me? I have an idea. It does. I'm telling you, your best ideas come from communication. Oh my gosh, I think that's a really good idea. So anyway, let me put my nose ring in, my final touch. I like the way my makeup came out. I hope that you like the tips that I gave today, and I hope that no egos were bruised, but that you just actually paid attention to if these are some of the things that you are doing and you're wondering why you're not getting the full experience. There's some things that you have in the back of your head like, I would really like to try this, but then this is the reason why. And on the next show, I'm going to do it on the other side, why some females may not be getting what they want and why we are not effectively communicating with our partners and getting what we want, because all of it in the end is a communication gap and a ego thing, like feeling like you're entitled to certain things that you haven't worked for. This is no different. It is a part of somebody's body and it is something that you want. So if you want it, you need to be willing to put in the work to get it. If you don't mind, catching STDs and going out there and sleeping with different people who do different things, by all means, knock yourself out. But in that combination, can you make sure you let them all know? And can you make sure that you're not married? And can you make sure that you're being safe? Can you at least do that? Because if your solution in your head is, I'm not going to put forth any of this work, I'd rather go out there and put a lot more work in by getting all these different soul ties and all these different people, then at least make sure you respect them and tell the truth and that they know. And then make sure that they are open to the fact that you out there and you for the streets. But if you really want to be on some grown man-ish, invest in your partner. How about that? That's my tip for the day. Invest in your partner. That's it. Bye, Crown Royals. See you later. Bye. I really like this. Honey, I'm telling you, when I talk about grown-up stuff, I can go, okay? This was a good idea. That's really pretty. Okay, let me go wash my conditioner out. Bye-bye for real.